Welcome to Rebranding 2026. It is New Year's Eve, and we are going to figure out how we're going to change 2026 and make sure that it is different from all the previous years. Because we all know that we don't rise to the level of the goals that we set, we fall back to the systems that we have in place. And so we need to make sure that those systems are leading us into an elevated lifestyle. So without further ado, let's continue with the rebrand for 2026. We want to make sure that decision fatigue does not kick in at noon every single day, which means that you'll end up ordering takeout and skipping the gym in the evening. We already have to make so many decisions trying to figure out what to wear, what we're going to look like, what we're going to do in the gym, what we're going to eat that day. Decision fatigue adds up very, very quickly. So we're going to figure everything out today. But before starting with the visionary part, with the fun part, it is always really important to start with decluttering your environment. And I don't just mean your physical space, but also your mental space. Unfollow people that you don't want to follow into the new year. Make sure that you watch your diet. And I don't just mean what you eat, I mean what you consume on a daily basis. Have those screen time protectors in place on your phone. Block some apps. Do whatever you need to do in order to have a clean environment. And yes, that also means cleaning your house. Do a deep clean. Get rid of items that no longer serve you. Donate them. Give them away to your friends or family because maybe they will serve them. Go through your closet. If there are items that don't fit you but you always keep saving in case, maybe just donate them. Make someone else happy with them and get rid of that energy. So now that we've decluttered our space, it's time for the fun part. We're going to break the year into quarters. And then every quarter, we're going to have different sections that you want to focus on. For example, health and wellness, spirituality, personal development goals, career, anything that is of importance to you. Write those down per quarter and then also do a live audit of where you're currently standing. Rate every area 1 through 10. What are you doing well and what do you need to improve on? And this is probably even more important than the fun part, which is the visionary part, the Pinterest part, because accountability is key. And if you know why you are not reaching your goals this year, then that allows you to change your behavior and make sure that you actually set yourself up for success in the next year, because you can pin anything that you want to, but the common denominator between last year and this year is going to be you. So now that we know the areas that we want to focus on every single quarter, we're going to break them down into monthly goals. Now, every quarter is going to be a sprint, but just realize that you are a one-man team, so you cannot do anything all at once. Pick some key areas that you want to focus on for each quarter. For example, in Q1, you maybe want to focus on personal development. Then you break down your goals into monthly targets, into weekly to-dos, and then into daily habits. Accountability and sustainability is key here. But I know that you know that. So, that being said, let's continue with the fun part, which is the actual visionary part. And we're going to start with the area that I am most confident with, which is health and wellness. So let's dive into my personal health and wellness goals for the beginning of 2026. I identified 10 daily habits that I want to focus on for the first 55 days of the year. I have 5 habits that relate to my physical well-being and then 5 habits that relate to my mental well-being. Number 1, no alcohol. If no alcohol for 55 days sounds horrible to you, then you probably need to not drink for 55 days. I also think that this goal is always really good to evaluate the people that you spend time with and also practice your no saying skills, because that is a muscle that needs training. Next up, stick to your diet. December, it's usually all over the place for me as well, really enjoyable. But for January and February, I want to make sure that I stick to my diet because that is just what makes me feel the best. Notice an immediate difference in my energy levels, in what I look like, how I perform, how I feel. And so I want to make sure that I just focus on eating wholesome, nutritious foods, simple foods, minimally processed, made by myself at home. Next up, 45 minutes of mindful movement every single day. Doesn't mean that I'll be going to the gym every single day, but it does mean that I'll be moving my body mindfully for 45 minutes every single day, which there's no excuse not to. It can be going on an extra walk, doing yoga, doing stretching, going on a run, whatever it is, 45 minutes of daily movement. Number 4, sleep 7 to 8 hours. Doesn't need explaining. It's the best and cheapest recovery tool, helps with mental clarity. And then the next 3 ones kind of go hand in hand. And that is that I want to read 10 pages every single day, less than 30 minutes of screen time, and do 10 minutes of meditation every single day. Because it really is the damn phone. The more that you slow down, the more time you'll have, the more present that you'll be. And time is very valuable. So make sure that you spend it wisely and not just scrolling on your phone for no reason. Then I have daily 8,000 steps. Because it's winter, I'm slowing down. And I just noticed that if I don't pay any attention to my daily steps, they will be decreasing significantly very rapidly. Then I have no unnecessary spending because there's no reason to. And then finally, I have plan tomorrow tonight. Especially if you wake up and you start scrolling, your entire mood and day is dedicated by an algorithm. Instead of being led by external factors, I want to take control of what I'm doing, and so I'm planning tomorrow tonight, every single night. I created a habit tracker in my app. It will go live on January 5th together with a new workout program. So if you want to follow me on this health and wellness journey for the next 2 months, I'll leave an offer in the description box down below so you can try it out. It has a daily overview of all the habits that you're listing. My habits are pre-filled, but you can change them to be your own habits, and then you can easily tick them off every single day to hopefully make sure that 2026 will start off on a different note than 2025, and that by the time that mid-January hits, not all of our daily habit goals are thrown out of the window because life takes over. This year, we actually want to see sustainable change. So that was health and wellness. The next part that I have that I want a vision board for is my daily overall appearance. I want to figure out my daily hairstyle, my daily makeup look, my daily outfits for lifestyle, for office, and then for gym, just to make sure that I don't stand in front of the closet not knowing what to wear or not knowing what to do with my hair and then just throwing it up in a bun and wearing a sweatsuit. I am tired. I want 2026 to be a little more elevated, a little more classy, because how you show up for yourself makes such a difference in how your day is going and how many opportunities are arising. So I've been doing my fair share of Pinteresting, and I realized that having really, really long hair is not really flattering for me at all, and it means that I'll just be throwing it up in a bun every single day, and that's not how I want to go through my life. So I decided to go to the hairdresser and get a haircut inspired by this photo. So I wanted to get a bit of a U shape, because when you have really long hair, you can't really get layers, or at least I really can't get layers, because then you'll end up just having like 4 strands of really long hair because all the length is then disappearing in the layers. And so a U cut kind of gives a bit more momentum. I wanted to add some face framing layers in the front just to make sure that I have again a bit of momentum going, and if I want to wear it in a bun or in a ponytail, then I'll at least have something going on in the front. And then what I want to do is make sure that I actually blow dry my hair properly after I wash it, and that I try to save that blow dry by sleeping in a very loose bun every single night, because again, as I said, the more that you slow down, the more time that you actually have. Because if you take that 20 minutes to blow dry your hair instead of scrolling that day, you'll have really nice hair for the next 2 or 3 days that you can easily freshen up. And your entire day, you'll just feel so put together instead of feeling run down, wearing your hair messy in a bun. That's me. And so that is what I want to dedicate some time towards. Blow dry, have it polished, and then feel elevated and classy. Okay, so this is the result of my hair,
of me doing my own hair. So as you can tell, it has a bit of movement, but I still have the longer lengths that are quite full for me. I don't have the thickest hair, but I'm trying. And then for makeup, I want to keep things relatively simple. So I'm using my Dior foundation stick to add coverage on my face wherever I feel like I need it. And I always apply it to my hand first. And then I just go in with a brush, a dense brush, and then I just add coverage. For example, here where I have redness or anywhere else where I might need it. And then for bronzer, I'm using a cream bronzer, and then I also use a powder bronzer after. Same for blush. I have this e.l.f. blush that I really like in Dusty Rose, and then I layer this blush on top, which is Ecstasy by Charlotte Tilbury. And then for concealer, I am using my NARS. I've used this in the past and now I'm going back to it again. I haven't found a powder that I really love, but I think I'll go back to the Huda Beauty one, which I really like because that leaves a very flawless finish. And then for lip, you've seen it in one of my previous videos, I'm using the Cool Spice liner and then Yash as a lip color. And then I just set my face with a fixing spray, and I'm using, did I forget something? Oh yeah, I always use this palette, which is Makeup by Mario, the Master Matte Palette. Very well loved. And I use this to do any definition for my eyelids, but also if I want to fill out my eyebrows, I use the same palette to keep things a little bit easier. And then for signature scent, I use the Sol de Janeiro fragrance in 62 to kind of use throughout the day in my hair, on my clothes, because it's very easy and gentle. And then I layer it with this one, which I just spritz in the morning because it's quite intense. And then I think that's it. That is my signature hair and makeup. If throughout the year I start to look very different, let me know. Also the nails. I love acrylics, but it is time for me to say goodbye to acrylics because I am above 30 now and I don't think they're the most classy nails to wear, even though I love a good acrylic. The way that it elongates my nails and my hands, this just feels a bit boring, but it's like a nude-ish pale color. I just do it myself. It's like an Essie color. I wanted to get the OPI one, the ballet one, but I couldn't find it, so I just got this one. Looks quite similar. I'm in my classy era, I guess. So that is what I decided upon for this year. Now let's get back to the video.
And then outfit is a fun one because I'm usually in gym wear 24/7 and that's not really how I want to show up. And so I've been looking on Pinterest and I've been pinning some inspo photos of what I want my wardrobe to look like. And then what I actually do is every Sunday I'll pick out the outfits that I want to wear for the week, for lifestyle, just for office, and then I'll just hang them sorted in my closet. So every single day I can just grab it, wear it, and then I don't even have to think about it. And that makes the biggest difference because if I don't, I'll just get so annoyed by the beginning of the day. I don't know what I'm wearing, I don't feel good in anything, and then my day just starts off on the wrong foot right away. Now that's just me vision boarding my life away for some areas that I want to focus on in 2026. And then you want to do the same for any other areas that you want to focus on in 2026. So think spirituality, business, personal development, and then just go take action, because nothing changes if nothing changes. Nobody cares about what you're doing as much as you care about your own life. Everyone is very preoccupied by their own things that are happening. So if you want to travel the world, if you want to change jobs, if you want to change relationships, if you want to start a business,
have a plan, and go do it. You'll figure out the path along the way. I wish you all the best for 2026. I wish you all the health. I wish you all the calmness and peace for 2026. And I wish that you are able to see all the opportunities that will arise for you. I appreciate you, and I hope that you're having an amazing start of the new year. Bye, guys.